Good morning, everybody. I'm Tom Bassel.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Sharon Madden, Director of Dice Tower East, and welcome to this live Q&A this morning. We're so glad you're joining us.
So we had a much shorter intro than that, but yes.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn. I'm just me. That's all.
All right, so this will be short or up to an hour video here where we're just answering questions about Dice Tower East. If you are curious about different things, they've been working hard.
We've been bothering him.
Yes.
I mostly work on the library. Wendy now.
We're in crunch time. Everything's starting to come together. Everything's going great. And, it's hard to believe that we are less than a month away from the start of Dice Tower East. Finally, It's happening. And we're so glad that y'all are joining us.
So there will be some information that we'll show in this video, and we know there's Cole here. I know for some of you it's your first Dice Tower con. For some people it's your first con ever. I don't know how to express strongly enough that we're going to make it as easy for you as possible. If you don't have a good time, we want that to be your fault. And you can also just come and talk to us.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty easily recognizable. And one of the reasons we do the video is so you know who they are, so you can come bother them at the con also.
No, the entire staff will be there, and anything you need, or if you're looking for a game, come find us. We'd love to spend time with you. We'd love to game with you. So we're here to make your convention experience absolutely superb and fun.
I think Sharon's mic is working. Sharon, maybe I think it's because it's turned away.
Oh, is it turned away?
Yeah.
Well.
Don't take that off. We don't need that anyway.
Technical difficulties here. How's that? Is that better?
You're gonna hold it the whole time?
I can.
Well, just change the. just repin it to where it's like
here,
pointed up.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. Anyway, if anyone has any questions, go ahead and ask them, and we will.
Is that better?
Is that better? Check.
It should be fine.
All right.
We're good.
All
now.
right.
Because I'm seeing it up there on the thing working.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
we
right.
always have some problems with mics anyway. Okay. All right.
Okay.
First question: food. So, are you allowed to bring in outside food or have food delivered to the con?
Yes. Well, you can have food delivered to the convention. We are going to have an area set up for you. I'm working with the hotel on where that is going to be, but we will have an area outside of the game room where you can eat food. And by food we mean larger meals, like if you're having dinner brought in or something. Snacks and closed containers are permitted in the game room and around the game. So just be very careful with that, obviously. But if you were going to have food delivered, you have to be very careful with the timing and meeting your drivers, because the Carib, as a lot of you know, they have a parking lot where you need a ticket to get in. And if you want to come in for 15 minutes, that doesn't cost anything to the delivery person. So you want to definitely be prompt in meeting them at the designated area in the parking lot, which I believe is under the Porta Cachera. And then they'll deliver your food, and then they have to go, because if they stay longer than 15 minutes, then they're going to get a charge.
It's also going to be on you. I will be very unhappy if I have to come in and announce that there's some pizza guy out there waiting. In fact, I'll just tell the pizza guy, I won't do it. I'll just tell the pizza guy, sorry, go back.
Sorry.
Because then this has happened in the past where someone comes in and they're like, oh yeah, you get so caught up in your game. You order food, you need to get ready for your food.
Definitely.
Also, we have a page here. This is one of the pages of the con book. So I don't know how well you all can see this. Probably not very well at all. But let me move this back over here.
Yeah, this shows a list of the restaurants on the Carib Royale property and what their hours are. Now keep in mind, this is subject to change, but currently those are their daily hours of operation. And so that is all on site.
So I want to be really clear. We're trying to be as honest as possible. There's not a lot of stuff within walking distance. There's a few restaurants that are across a hefty road. I mean, you can cross the road, but there are several restaurants over there. And if you have a car or you want to Uber, then you have more restaurants than almost any city on earth. Disney Springs, if you get a chance to go there, it's only a 10-minute or less car ride away, and it's fantastic.
A lot of phenomenal places.
Too.
Yes,
Right,
very nice.
Put this over here.
Yeah.
All right, so that's food.
Yes.
All right, where are we at? Laundry.
Laundry.
These are the top two things.
Yeah, laundry.
Oh, another thing. I'm sorry, before we go away from food. I recommend, and we do this when my family and I come, there's a fridge in the rooms.
Yes.
I recommend spend some money and get an Uber, or if you have a car, use your car. Go to Publix. It's the best grocery store in the world.
Absolutely. All the rooms have...
Fill up your fridge.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have fridges, microwaves, and Keurig-style coffee makers. So you can have all your meals in your room in some way or
Right.
form. And that definitely helps.
Yeah, there's Publix and Walmart right there, really
Yes.
close to the Carib.
Yeah.
All right, so back to laundry.
Oh, back to laundry.
Laundry.
Yes.
Does any hotel not have laundry rooms?
I don't know. I don't know. There may be a few, but I can tell you that the Carib does have laundry facilities in each building on the 3rd, 6th, and 9th floor. There are washers and dryers there, and there's also a soap dispenser, and I think they told me that the cost is $1.25 to buy the soap. So you do have that option, and if you are in villas, you also have your own washer and dryer there, but you have to bring your own supplies.
Also, when it comes, if you have a villa, it's in the room itself.
Yes, it's in
but
the room
only if you have
itself,
a villa and you're paying for that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
paying
but
to have your own wash machine.
Any of the suites, you have to go to one of those 3 floors, the 3rd, 6th, or 9th in each tower to do your laundry.
All right, parking.
Parking. I know this is an issue for a lot of people, and I can tell you that when we negotiated the contract, we worked as hard as we could to do the best for you. We reminded them that the parking had been free in the past, but
Well, it's been 3 years, and they've changed
yes.
their policies. They put up new gates and stuff that were not
Yes.
there before.
And also, they do have security personnel driving around the lot just to make sure that nothing unusual or unsafe is going on. So $6 a day was the best that I could get, and that was half off of the rate at the time we signed the contract, which was $12. And I know that since then it has increased. So we did absolutely as best we could for you, but for hotel guests, it's going to be $6 a day. Now, if you're driving, if you're local and you're driving to the hotel, it's going to be a 25% savings, which I believe is $15 a day.
Sharon, your necklace is rubbing.
My necklace is rubbing.
Just tuck it in.
I hate to tell you
Okay.
that.
I did not come prepared for this.
There was a question on the Facebook page as well as that per car or per room. It is per
It's
car
per
that is going to be
vehicle.
parked. Per
Per
vehicle is going to go
vehicle,
and
yes.
it's $6 per day.
Yes, that is correct.
But you can come and go, like
Yeah,
you
it's in
said.
and out.
It's
Yes,
just per
yes.
day.
With the hotel people, if you're staying at the hotel, your key will be your ticket in and out. The hotel is still working with me on how to do that for people who are commuting. I know for the Orlando retreat, they worked out a system that worked pretty well, where you bought essentially you bought a key at the front desk for the number of days you were going to be coming, and I'm hoping they'll do it the same way again. If you are commuting to the hotel and you do not need the in and out privileges, then we will have validation stickers for your ticket. So just bring your ticket to Dice Tower East headquarters, and they'll have the stickers there for you. But we will have details on that just to confirm for the people who are local very soon.
And Diego just mentioned this as well, but I think, yes, the parking, it does stink to have to pay for it. But in years past, we have had a lot of trouble with being able to find parking spots
Yes.
and such. And we're told that this is going to solve that, and that you will, if you pay for parking, you will have a spot to park in.
Yes.
And not have to be searching for hours waiting for,
It's
stalking
definitely-
someone to leave.
It's definitely spin, but it's real spin. If you were at Dice Tower Con in 2019, that's the last time we did it. If I went to lunch, I worried when I came back that there would not be a parking spot. And for those of you here, we were parking behind other cars, and it was really bad. This does solve that problem. All right. I really shouldn't take these off all the time. Let's see here. Can you briefly explain how wits and wagers work at a con this size? Great. Let's do that by showing the schedule. Okay, so this is the schedule of the con. So I'll answer the wits and wagers question, and then we'll talk a little bit and go through the schedule real quickly. So the wits and wagers is basically just come first serve. You line up, and we'll take 100 people. Now, with a con this size, I have pretty good experience that it should not. Yes, a few people might get turned away, but there's a lot of people who are going to want to play games. So if you show up early, I don't know how early to tell you to show up, but that's just how the wits and wagers is going to be. And we have 2 of them. You can go to both, I guess, but if I would ask you if the first one does turn people away and you notice that and you're at the first one, then maybe you shouldn't come to the second one. Let some other people come, but that's up to you all. But let's go through the other events. So
Yes.
registration. I hate registration lines with a passion. So we're going to try to make them as quick as possible.
Yes.
So how's that work?
Yes. All as you can see, we're going to be in the Antigua rooms. There are 4 different Antigua rooms. We're going to make it one big room. So everyone, when you come during these hours of operation on Tuesday, if you're there at the hotel, you can pick up your badge. We will have the badges sorted. We're going to have a separate space for those of you who are exhibitors. So exhibitors will go to a different part of the room, but we're going to have the badges organized, and so you will pick up your badge. You'll also pick up your other items, your game from Portal Games. And merch there. I believe we're going to do merch there.
Yes, so that'll be at a separate table, but yes.
Yes, so you'll pick up any merch that you pre-ordered at the convention. We will also, if there's an issue with your badge, then we will have another table set aside that you can go to, and you can have your badge reprinted. We'll try to get that taken care of as quickly as possible. That's something that we've been asking people to do, just as soon as possible. Please make sure that all your badges have names assigned to them, because we are going to print the labels very soon, and if you have everything all set up with your badges, then that's going to make the process go that much quicker for you.
And that includes preferred names as well.
Yes.
Like if your name is John and you want to be called Sam, then make sure that's what you have in there, because that is how the badge will print. And if you try to do the name change there at the con, it's going to be a significantly longer process.
I'm sorry, this is my personal pet peeve, though. Your name has to be within reason.
Yes.
I will not have Armadillo 16-4-5-3. Right. That's no one's calling you that, and you'll be like, "That's how people know me online." Well, then get to know people in person. So
Exactly.
That's
Right.
sorry.
Exactly.
That's my
Yeah,
preference.
Absolutely.
And if you need to make those changes, or you're not sure how your name is going to appear, log into Tabletop Events to see your badges. And if you need to make changes, beneath the QR code that they have there, there's an edit button, and you can make the changes to your name and then just hit done, and you'll be all set.
So that Antigua room is where almost everything is happening.
Yes.
So there will never be open gaming in there or anything. So you can see the next event in there, where will be registration the next day. But after
Yes.
registration, the Newcomers meetup.
Yes.
So the Dice Tower staff will be there, so you can say hi to us. But also, if you've never been to a con before, we encourage you to come to that for 2 reasons. 1, because we'll do something very similar to this. It'll be short, I promise. Well, there's 3 reasons. 2, because you can meet other new people. If you're like, I don't know anybody at the con, I want to find people to game. Well, other people will be there. Same thing. And 3, candy.
Yes.
I am right about the candy,
Yes,
right?
you are right about the
Yes.
candy.
Freeze-dried candy,
yes,
right?
freeze-dried. Oh my gosh! So our Newcomers meetup is sponsored by House Family Homestead, and as Tom said in Board Game Breakfast on Monday, they are not from Homestead. They're actually out of North Carolina, and they were there at Dice Tower West. So if you were at Dice Tower West, hopefully you got a chance to sample some of their delicious goodies. But they take fruits and sweets and candies, and they magically freeze dry them into something.
I think it's actually scientifically.
It probably is,
it
but
happens.
it's magic.
All right.
It's magic. But freeze-dried Skittles, I had never heard of a thing before Dice Tower West, and let me tell you, they are very delicious.
And they don't get stuck in your teeth.
Yes,
Oh,
that's the
yes.
best thing. The Milk Duds, they kind of explode into this.
I didn't have the Milk Duds.
Yes,
didn't
they
either.
explode and they just melt in your mouth.
Well, you were
It's
right across
very
from the
good.
booth. You probably had everything.
Was.
But then you live out in the Carnival,
I did. And I was thinking this morning that living here in South Florida where we do and being prone to hurricanes, they would be a good addition to your hurricane kit because they are not perishable.
That is one of the worst reasons, but I will accept
Freeze-dried
it.
milk
Have to be
duds.
prepared. Yes.
Hurricane breakfast of champions.
Being in your house and everything closed up and eating freeze-dried Skittles and Milk Duds. They also do fruit. So if you're trying to be a little on the healthy side, they do have fruit. But
Actually, freeze-dried fruit's really healthy.
it is very good.
Yeah.
So-
All right. So then we have the Wits and Wagers. We already talked about that. Then at 9 a.m. is the virtual flea market. If you don't know what that is, then you're not part of it, really. Because it's online right now, and the Math Trade meetup are right after. Both of those events are online. There's links to them that you can find. Are either of them closed?
No,
No,
they're still
they're
going.
still open, yeah.
Still
All right,
open,
this is
yep.
basically you're pre-selling something to somebody else. You can go online and say, here's a game, I'm selling it for $16. That's the virtual flea market. People then can say, I'll buy it for $16. Done. You meet the person.
Yep.
You got to do it there, please. Or if you're going to meet with someone elsewhere, but this is the place that we want most people to do it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The math trade is a big, fancy trade. I cannot explain it in the short time we have. But Bob Gallo, who's running this, does a good job of that.
He does a fantastic
And if you
job.
need the description, there's links on the Facebook page. Definitely hook up on our Facebook page.
Absolutely.
Dice Tower East Convention, and you'll have all the links and be able to see it and get an understanding of how that works.
Absolutely. And the virtual flea market has passed 4,000 games, which is quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of games.
And then our sponsor here, Portal Games.
Oh, yes.
So their next thing here, Ignacio Trebuchet's what's happening at Portal Games. So he's going to run 2 things. One of them's at 6, find out what's coming new from Portal Games. And then 2 on Friday, he'll be doing a top 10 failures as a publisher.
And actually, on
And a third
Saturday,
thing on
he's got a
Saturday.
third thing on Saturday. Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry, 5
Yes.
pillars of play testing.
Yes, and he's going to be there, and I've never seen him in person, but I've seen him presenting online, and he's very entertaining to watch. So definitely be sure to come to those.
I got to find out these top 10 failures. People like sending review copies of the dice game. All right. So people have been asking, what's the 9 a.m. Tom Vassell flea market? So we have a flea market on Saturday at 9. It's sold out as to the people who have tables. Okay, that
Correct.
part's sold out. But you can come and line up early and go in there, and there'll be lots of flea markets, and you can buy them. That's the Saturday one. The Friday one is the same thing, except it's just me. When I say me, it's the Dice Tower team, and it is 2,000 plus games?
I'm going to say 2,000 to 3,000, yeah.
So we normally get rid of our review copies or games that we don't, extra copies of games. We normally get rid of them at this convention, which did not happen in 2020 or 2021. So there are 3 years worth of games. We are getting, actually, unfortunately, we have to get a whole extra truck to bring them up.
Right.
There is a ton. I promise you, there is absolute trash. But there's also some good games.
There are, yeah.
And so
we're
you'll-
making a point to not just bring trash. Yeah.
Right.
But there's also trash. You can get it for like $1.
Yep.
Maybe. We'll see. So both of these, you'll need to line up, and we'll let people in. It'll be like a typical flea market. But I just didn't want to overwhelm. In the past, when I've done this with the flea market, the other flea market people complained. So. Pitch car on Saturday. 11 and 12. There are 2, one for kids, one for adults. What's a kid? That's a good question. I believe I said it was 13 up is adults.
No, 18 of
Not for badge purposes.
Yeah, not for
pitch
badge purposes.
No, for pitch car purposes.
pitch car
For
purposes.
pitch
I'm
car
sorry.
purposes, yeah. Once you're a
sorry, yes.
teenager, you can roll with the big boys. So there's going to be a sign-up sheet, probably at either registration or
It'll be at headquarters.
headquarters.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, we want to keep registration clean. So
Registration.
if you do want to have pitch card, the sign-up sheets will be at the headquarters, which is down the hallway from registration.
And then finally, Sunday, there's a worship service. I'll be running that at 9 a.m. And then, very important, the library closes, the checkout closes at 2, and the games must be returned at 3.
We will hunt you down at 3.
Yes.
But you could keep playing your own games all the way up to 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's the official time on my contract. That's the official time we have to end. But the hotel may let you go later depending on what they have going the next day. They may keep the rooms open, so just kind of follow their lead. But officially, I have to tell you that you have to be out at 6 o'clock.
All right, so let's go back to some other questions here. Whew. Okay, there's a lot of questions, but
Oh, can I
Where
talk
was the
about
one?
talk about our other 2 sponsors?
well, I was going to get to that when we got to those questions about those
perfect.
particular
Okay.
things.
Got it.
All right,
I just didn't want to forget them.
Someone asked about the Thor movie. Unfortunately for me, I'm going to have to wait till the convention's over to go watch Thor. Or maybe I'll go watch it Sunday night. The closest theater is the one at Disney Springs. However, that may be sold out because it's Disney and it's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
But there's theaters everywhere. Let's see. How hard is it to get Lyft and Uber? I've never had a problem.
No. And I believe the designated pickup space is outside of the registration area, so the front building where you'll check in. I believe that is their designated pickup area. Although I don't know. Maybe you can arrange with your driver to do something similar to people who are having food delivered and come in and pick up at the Porta Cachera there, but be on time. Don't make your driver wait.
To that end, do take use of the hotel, at least the pool. It's one of the
Yes.
nicest pools
It
at
is
any
so nice.
at any
Yes.
hotel.
It is so nice.
It is. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
All right. Eric says, Kareem said, if you're not in the Dice Tower East room block, you need to bring your badge if you want to get the Dice Tower East parking pass rate. All right. Easy enough.
Yep.
Is there a list for the Tom Vassal Flea Market to see if it's worth not scheduling a game? Nope.
No.
Take your chances. I'm not, mostly because we do not want to type up a list of 3,000 games. So they're just going to be there. We've done this in the past, and then when people came like, where's this game? And we're like, oh, you know what? We had given that game away earlier, and we never got crossed off the list. It's easy to tell. If you see me trash a game, it's there. If you see me go, that game's decent, it's there. If it's not a Dice Tower library, it's there. And there's a lot of games in the Dice Tower library that are there.
Right.
So,
yeah, ones that we've culled and stuff like that. And so there are some really good ones with lots of expansions included or upgraded bits, things like that. There are going to be some gems.
There's actually going to be some games in shrink wrap. We're just getting rid of them.
Yes.
All right. Will there be a prototype game area?
Not an official prototype game area, but we do have demo tables in our exhibitor hall, and we do still have some left. Now, if you want to bring a game, a prototype you have, and just play it, then that's fine. You can play it, but you cannot advertise your game. You cannot have signage about your game. You cannot hand anything out about your game, and you certainly can't go and hound people to try and play your game. You can ask nicely. You can ask nicely, but don't keep bothering people to come and try your game. But if you want to have designated space in the demo area in Exhibitor Hall during our exhibitor hours, write me at an email at sharon@dicetower.com, and I'll give you some more information. With the demo tables, the rules are there's no sales, no contests, no giveaways, no prize drawings, no floor signage. So those are some of the rules for that. But like I said, we still have some left, and if you'd like to join us in Exhibitor Hall, then let me know.
And I feel pretty strongly about this because it's not fair to the exhibitors if you get to come, because at cons in the past, people will run in, they'll grab the first table inside the door, they'll set their game up, they'll put a little sign on the table, they'll drag people in, and that's not fair to the person who did pay for our con.
Yeah, that is another
and
rule.
if I catch you doing that, we're gonna shut you down.
Yeah.
I'm just straight up on that.
Yeah.
Again, if you're prototyping a game and you set up and people play, but if you set up and no one's playing, you need to pack up that for a while.
Yeah, and maybe go somewhere else and find another group of
people.
people.
And even worse, if I come by the table and there's a game set up, a prototype, and you're not there,
oh yeah,
I hope you can find the prototype later.
I'm really good at throwing things away.
Yeah. She really is.
It's one of my special skills.
I am. She is. Yeah.
All right. Is there a place to store games? You have to lug them around all day? Don't you? I mean, if you have a room,
you have a room,
But I think he's asking if he's staying at like a different hotel.
Oh,
and
well, then you have a car.
I think the answer is no. Yeah, in your car, unless they Uber
in your
there.
Car, or if you have something to carry them around in. We're not going to be giving out game bags at the con this year, but if you have something to carry them around, then you'll have to take them with you, or put them in your car, or if you're staying at the Crebe, you can put them in your hotel room.
Right. Yeah.
We already mentioned this, but wanted to clarify about bringing snacks and drinks. When we say snack, I'm talking like granola bar, a small bag of pretzels, not a bag of Cheetos.
Freeze-dried fruit?
Freeze-dried fruit.
Freeze-dried stuff's
Or
acceptable.
Skittles?
Freeze-dried ice cream bars. Yes, they're a thing.
Pretty much things that if you're eating and you're touching, you're still okay. You don't have to wipe your hands to touch the game.
Right.
It's going to be small, it's going to be compact in front of you, and you can not
Is it
spoil
in a
the game.
plate or is it wrapped in paper? No.
Yeah.
And I mean that, like, if you have a sandwich,
Yeah.
then we ask you to eat everything.
Absolutely.
We want these games to stay good. And
Yes.
As well as you need breaks.
I'm sure you're a very
Go
neat person.
eat your meal.
But yeah, you should get out and eat meals.
Absolutely.
Be a
Take
responsible
breaks.
adult
Yes.
3 times a day.
Do the 6-2-1 rule.
If you're going to be Ignacy, bring cookies. That's true. Ignacy always wants cookies.
What kind of
That's true.
cookies?
I'm pretty sure he's across the board cookies.
Really?
If you look at him, it looks like he's never eaten one.
Right.
He makes me feel.
I know.
Will this be cash only at the flea market? Wait. There we go.
Both flea markets? Or?
I can't speak for the people at their flea markets. I would recommend cash because you never know. Dice Tower, we like cash because it's easy, but we will take cards. We better take cards. We're taking cards.
Yes, we're taking.
Yes,
taking
we are.
cards.
Yes. We
Also,
will.
I'm pretty sure Apple phones are going to now be able to take cards and stuff too if you have that.
Apple Pay. Mm-hmm.
Is there haggling at the flea market? Assume no, because I'm already giving these games to you for much lower than they're worth. So if you try to haggle, we might make the price go up.
Oh, yes. Ooh, I like that. Yes.
I like that
Come to
too.
me to
Yes.
haggle. You will lose.
It's the old Ben Franklin thing where a guy asked him how much a book was, and Ben Franklin said $2, and the guy said, are you sure? And Ben Franklin said, it's $3. And the guy was like, why? And he's like, well, you're wasting my time doing this.
Right, yeah.
So time is money.
That is true.
How many kids come to the con?
We're going to have about 75, I think, in all total. Maybe a few more, but we're capping that,
Less than 80.
number. Yeah.
We do have a curfew.
Yes, we do have a curfew.
So they won't be there late night.
Yeah.
Kids running around. We don't
Yeah.
want that. But yeah.
And there's a specific family game room, so if it is a family, rambunctious area during those hours, there is a separate room for that as well.
Yes, from 8 to 5, the Curacao, the back rooms, that whole entire area during the day is going to be the family game area, so you can game with your children there, and then afterwards it's going to turn into the louder party games type area in the evening and into the night and early morning hours.
And I forgot when we were counting out the shelves earlier. We have two new shelves in the library that are just kids games. Now there are kid type games scattered throughout the library. Ice Cool, everyone plays that. Rhino Hero. But we have very specific ones, and they are all good because there are great kids games out there. Will there be ice water available?
Yes, absolutely. That's one thing that I'm working on the hotel with as I turn in my room layouts to them. I'm going to have plenty of ice water there for you, and also trash receptacles in the room. So we'll make sure that, and if you find that they are not being filled, then definitely come find one of us, and we'll get on the creep to take care of that.
Perfect. To the second half of that question there will be paper cups available as well, but I highly recommend bringing your own water bottle because we want closed drink containers near the games as well. So if you're just grabbing a quick cup of water, that's fine, but if you want to bring it back, I highly recommend having your own bottle so you can keep it with you near the games.
All right, we get asked this all the time, and this is something that I like to talk about. Cole says, what's the best way to get in a game with people you don't know? Are there sign-up sheets? There are no sign-up sheets. You can, if you want to, schedule a game now on
tabletop.events.
Yes.
Yep.
But the easiest way is we have a lot of player want-it, teacher want-it signs. In fact, I'm having more made right now. And you can look for those. And they're going to be out there. You'll see players want-it signs. Just go up to that person and say, can I join them? To that end, once your table's full, put the players want-it sign down. Because there's nothing more discouraging to come up to a table and go, oh, you're full. But go look at those and ask. Yeah. And if you're like, oh, I'm afraid to ask, then you set up the player want-it sign. You pick a game and let people join you. Another good way to find people playing a game is to hang out in a library and be like, this game looks interesting. Someone will be like, oh, I'll play that. Or, and this will be our transitional thing, the hot games room.
Okay.
So, where's my map? So, the hot games area, right next to the gaming library, which is sponsored by
Board and Dice.
Right, so Matthew McCack and Rayner from Board and Dice will often be in the hot games area. I will be there a good chunk of the time, and other Dice Hour people will wander through, and we'll be teaching whatever the hot games are in that area. We'll have a list for them before the con. I can tell you for sure Arc Nova will be there. For sure Wonderland's War will be there. Actually, 2 copies of Arc Nova will be there. These are games that are set up. You play it. You set it up for the next group, and you leave. And you can just keep, then that way you know that those games are always there.
Yes.
What are other games that we have in Lost Ruins of Arnak with the expansion? Dead Reckoning.
Dead Reckoning. Did you take Quacks off?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not.
That's one we talked about.
There's definitely, we'll have a list up. We're putting them together now because the hot games fluctuates, and we're adding games to this all the way up to, we're adding games to the library up to like 2 days before the con, which makes Wendy very nervous. But we have 27 shelves of games, plus card holders. They're on sale. I need to go buy some at Michael's. Remind me when I go home today.
Got
it. We have card games, and there's 2,000 games. You'll be fine. We do ask that people not hog games. Okay, so this is something I feel very strongly about. We ask when you check a game out of the library, you play it. It's a simple solution.
Yep.
We don't. I'm not saying time limits, because the time limit is automatically there. The games cannot leave the building. They have to stay there. You cannot take it back to your room to read the rules at night.
Even the rule book. Don't steal the rule book.
You want to read the rules. Almost 99% of games rules are online. Just go there and read them. But the game can't leave there. You check the game out. You go to the table. You play it. You say, I'm going to play it later. then check it out later. But someone else might have checked it out. That's how life works.
Then you play it later.
Yeah,
But
later.
we will not allow two people who are going to sit at the same table. If you both check out a game and you put one game to the side, I will walk by, take that game, and put it back in the library because you're being selfish if you do that. And you say, why? Who would do that? It happens every con. We've seen groups of 4 people go check out 4 games, put 3 in a pile, and just play 1.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's not fair.
Look, I'm a hefty guy, but I can walk back to the library. It's not that far. This is actually one of the most compact cons there is.
Right.
It's not hard to get back to that library.
Actually, it's in the same room at this con, which is
For the most part, yeah.
Right, even if you go to one of the other rooms.
Yeah.
So-
It's not that long of a walk, but we do ask that you adhere to this just because we want everyone to get their fair chances to play the game. So just please stick to the 1 at a time rule and let other people get to enjoy the same games too.
Is there a werewolf room? You mentioned that earlier.
Oh yes, that's going to be again the Curacao, the back hall of rooms there. That was a game that I had considered for the party games, the loud games. So, but there is not going to be a specific game dedicated only to werewolf.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be werewolf, 2 rooms in a bloom, or what's the one everyone likes now? Blood on the Clock Tower.
Blood on the Clock Tower.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We do not have an escape room. In fact,
No.
I want to be clear. One of the things I've really cut back on a lot of extraneous stuff because our cons are about gaming, but also because this is the first time we've done it. This is the first convention Sharon's run. This is the first convention that Camilla has helped run, and this is the first con that I've ever been hands-on. We've done the cruise and the retreat, but this is a very different thing. So we want to make sure that's good.
Yeah, this is our learning game, if you will. We're going to do our best to try and do everything right and get a high score from you. But keep in mind, things might not work out the way we think or the way you think they might, but we will try and fix everything as quickly as we can. So just remember, this is our learning game.
But I mean, also to reiterate, if you do want werewolf, there is the tabletop event scheduler. Go in there, schedule it because. Yes, if you want.
And I know that there are games of Blood on the Clock Tower already scheduled, so I know that you can go join them.
Several.
Yep.
The game library, we already talked about it a bit, but you can just, you have to check the game in and out. That's very important so we know where they are. Also, it helps us know what games to keep in the library and take out. If a game never gets checked out, you may never see it again. But we're trying to make a real painless system. It is scan the game, scan your badge. Done.
Yep. And shout out to our volunteers. So far, I believe we have enough volunteers that they'll actually be shelving the games for you as well. So when you check it back in, you're just leaving it at the registration desk, and then they'll shelf it back for you.
That's fantastic.
We still have room if you want to give up 4 hours of your time to help volunteer in the library. Email Camilla.
DTE@dicetower.com. Specifically, there's one shift Saturday, 3 to 7 p.m. You could be my hero.
And you get to meet people that way because you talk to people as they come in. You see the games. It's everyone who has done this in the past says it's really fun.
Yeah.
So I know that you're sacrificing some of your time, but you make it better for everybody else.
Absolutely.
All right. Is there a mask requirement? No, but I better not see anybody giving anyone grief either way about it. You are certainly welcome to wear masks, with the exception of you may not wear scary clown masks.
Scary dinosaur masks?
Dinosaur masks?
Scary.
No, dinosaur masks are fine.
Pumpkin
and
masks.
Eric, do not wear that mask. That mask is creepy. Eric knows who I'm talking to.
Oh, okay.
Eric's aware. All right.
Is there media passes? No, because media infers that we are trying to get people to. We filled out first of all, and also we are the media. So it's about gaming. It's not about anything else in that. What time is check-in at the Crebe? I think it's
At 4.
Is it 4?
4 o'clock. Yep.
Hotels keep pushing that time up. It used to be 2, I think.
I know. I thought it was 2 or 3, but it is 4 o'clock.
If you check in earlier, I know a lot of hotels will allow you to store your luggage. They'll store your luggage.
And the Crebe does offer that
until your room's
service. So
available.
they will store your
definitely
luggage. Yeah, they will store your luggage for you if you need them to. And there's always a chance that if you get there early, your room might be ready. I can't guarantee that, but I know I've gotten to some hotels early and I was able to check in. So we'll see. And there is another group there with us, so it'll depend on how busy they are and how quickly they can get the
And they will text you when. So
Yes,
this
they
happens
do.
every year. I always go
Yeah.
early, and my room's not ready. So then they say, okay, we'll text you when you're. So then I go out to eat, or you can even come if the con started already. You can come play games. We don't have a check-in time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, there's no Jack Vassal auction because the amount of effort it required to run that was not quite equal to the amount of money that it brought in. It may return in the future. But right now, we don't have any room for the games to store them, and we have to hunt down companies to get them. It might happen, but there is a big online Jack Vassal auction that's at the beginning of every year, so keep an eye out for that. Do people sell other things at the flea market other than games? Maybe.
They have a table, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there another nun convention this year? There is not.
No.
Dice Tower Con 3. No, 4. Dice Tower Con 4. The other half, it was a nun convention. Now, there is another, at least one, there might be 2 conventions
Yeah, I think
happening
there's at
simultaneously.
least one that I know of. And
Do you know what it is?
It's a dance group.
There you go.
It's going to be
There's a high crossover between.
I don't know what it is with game conventions and dance groups, but at the Gathering of Friends, there's usually a dance group there too. So I don't know what it is.
That's true. I remember that.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. It's really easy because I know where the con is. If you went to the Dice Tower Retreat last year, it's in that same area.
Yeah, exactly.
But you walk right out the tower. You might have to walk around a little circle. Then you go through, and the con's right there. You walk in, and you walk down a hallway, and the con will be there. In that big hallway, you might cross the other convention people, but I always find that to be interesting.
Yeah,
Get to see other stuff.
Exactly.
I'll be getting it on Tuesday. Do we need any help setting up? Come by and check.
Yeah.
We have some ideas and thoughts. I'm not going to, I don't know exactly. The best I can say is just swing by and see.
Yeah.
We might post something on Facebook if we desperately need help.
Right.
But
Sure.
we're trying to get it done as
All
quickly
the
as
volunteer
possible.
spots are filled for setup, but, many hands make light work, right? So
That's right. And make it go even faster.
Right.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
We put players wanted signs. Is it acceptable for a table to request that players wear masks at that specific table? I don't think that's considered rude, but it might affect the people you get or not. Just
Sure.
don't get upset if then someone says, well, no, thanks, I don't want to play. That's up to you. Do not, though, request that people don't wear masks. That I kind of consider to be rude, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The reverse of that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
I'm sure
say
you're saying
you can't play here unless you're not wearing a mask. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Wow, have we? Is there a dealers area? This was something we're supposed to talk
Yes,
about.
we were talking about. Yes,
Okay,
we
so
do
first
have
of all,
exhibitor
let's
hall and
show you our.
list of exhibitors.
Well, no, first we'll show you this. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
these are
there.
all our exhibitors.
Yes.
Or these are people who are sponsoring it. Some of them are doing demo tables or sponsoring, like, for example,
Some have booths, some have just demo tables, some have demo tables and booths. Portal Games, obviously our premier sponsor, they have a booth and demo space. So, but we've got a great group of exhibitors, and I'm sure they're going to have amazing things to show you, a lot of new stuff to tell you about. So we're just really grateful to them, and we appreciate their support, and we're looking forward to having them join us.
Yeah, so just running through the list here, you can see Portal Games are their sponsor. They also have their own separate room where you'll be able to go and see that stuff. House Family Homestead is the candy place.
Yeah.
DeVere makes really cool little games. Ultra Pro, they have Ascension and all the. There's a lot of stuff in that line. CGE Games, everyone knows them. Arcane Wonders. Norse Foundry is Dice, I believe.
Yes, Dice, and they are our VIP swag sponsor. So every VIP, if you have a VIP badge, you are going to get a set of special commemorative dice made especially for Dice Tower East 2022. And we've all seen a preview of them, and they are looking awesome. So I think you'll be very happy with those. But yes, they make dice and other things to enhance your gameplay and make it even more fun.
Dice Tower is our stuff, so if you're looking for some Dice Tower swag, that will be there. Cool stuff if you're looking for cheap games. Hachette, I love Hachette games. I'm excited that they're there. Gray Fox. I should say I'm excited all these companies are here.
Yeah.
And Game Trays, Greenbrier Games, DeVere. Greenbrier Games isn't. Oh, these are the demo tables.
Those are the
then.
demo tables, yeah.
So
But you can see the
Pegasus.
ones in the back.
Yeah, so WizKids is going to have demo space. I'm trying to think who's next to Greenbrier. There we go, Game Toppers.
Oh yeah, I don't want to miss these. Oh, there's a lot more booths there than we said. Elf Creek,
Yeah.
Familiar, Indie Games, Pandasars, Van Ryder, WizKids, and Game Toppers. This is folks. These are solid companies with solid
Absolutely.
games. This is not like that's like scrounge and scratch. We have some good games. Please go by, look at their stuff. Support them since they are supporting us.
Yeah, and I will say, going back to tabletop events, some of them have scheduled gameplays there, so be sure to sign up for their gameplays and see what they have to offer.
The map real quick. So I already mentioned the hot games area. And we have a little comic book that's going to have all this stuff
Absolutely,
in it. And also, you're making a big sign with this map.
Correct. Yes, there'll be a sign posted, as well as it'll be in the con book. So make sure you pick up one of those if you want it on you.
So the Dice Tower Library, hot games are here. This is all open gaming, and all these other blue rooms are open gaming. And this map looks particularly smaller than it is. There will be plenty of space.
Right.
Yeah.
We deliberately undersold tickets in a sense to make sure we have plenty of space that you won't be crowded out.
Right.
And technically, this is open gaming. The family, we're just asking that's where you for kids and stuff. This is Quiet Game Room is for you Euro gamers who want to play, a long game, or war gamers.
No Project Elite.
Please do not. Yes, don't play Project Elite. Don't play Time's Up in there.
Yeah.
This is a good place. Like if you want to play Twilight Imperium.
Yes, absolutely.
This is a great place to do that. I mean, you can do that anywhere, but this would be a good place because we're asking here to be quiet. Also, notice there are bathrooms everywhere, and their bathrooms are very clean bathrooms.
Yes, very nice.
The office, this registration here. This is after the main registration is closed. If you come later, come here.
Yeah.
And just as a note, that next to that first registration there, between next to the men's restroom and the early registration, that's where HQ is going to be, the headquarters. So if you did want to sign up for Pitch Card, that's where it's going to be posted, and you would go there. That very first registration.
Yeah. So let's say you come in at 11 at night and you want a game, and you're early. Come by, tell the library or a staff person if you see one, say, hey, I'm here early. We're going to let you game. You won't be able to check out a game yet, but you'll be able to register first thing in the morning. You don't have to. We're not going to kick you out of the hall, but you need to let somebody know that.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they'll know that you heard what I just said, type thing. Okay, let's see if there are any more questions, then we'll be done.
The original.
If you have not got your information about the VIP passes, you should have.
Yes, you definitely should have.
So who did you email about that?
Oh, I sent out an email last month, and the meet and greet.
Well, I would just let them email you and handle that.
Okay, go ahead and email me. Sorry. Email Sharon at dicetower.com, and I'll give you more information on that. But yeah, all the VIPs were sent some information. So if you didn't get yours, check your spam folder to see if it ended up there. But otherwise, email me, and I'll give you all the details.
Eric says, we're excited to be coming back to Best Con.
Woo woo.
Got it, but also don't wear that mask.
Can I address that one?
Yes.
That needs to be addressed. No, you cannot reserve a library copy. If it's there and it's available, you can use it, but specifically for these games where you are wanting to schedule, please use your own copy. If it's available in the library, you're welcome to check it out at the time you're going to play it.
Which game weighs almost 10 pounds? Yeah. There's not many. There's that
Wonderland's War Deluxe is.
Well, that's in the hot games.
That is, yeah.
So that can't be checked out library anyway because it's in the hot games. There's that war room. No one's checking that out. You have that one, I promise. I would just go look for it and see if it's there if you're that worried about it. But if you want to schedule a game to guarantee of the game, you bring it.
Right. Or set it up and then use the player wanted signs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you have that option as well if you want it right then.
Sure.
Okay, yes, I don't know about this, Sharon. Do you know if there's? I think there's an office in the lobby. In the convention center, there is a UPS office, and they can help you with any shipping that you need. If you buy too many games, you need to ship them home, then definitely stop by there, and they'll take care of everything for you. All right, let's see here. Fill up a C5. I think that's the questions.
Right.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I always say that we have the friendliest game conventions around, but that's on everyone. That's on all of us. If there's any problem, you're upset about something, we can't fix it if we don't know. Please don't tweet about it a week after the con. Come tell us. All three of us. Any of the three of us, come tell us and say, hey, whatever. I'm having a problem with the hotel. Whatever. They didn't clean my room. Although I don't know what the rooms are.
Housekeeping is back to normal.
Ooh.
Yes.
This is a fancy hotel.
I know. It is all back to normal. So.
This is still, my theory is that a lot of hotels are going to stop. They use that as an excuse. They'll never do it again. But the fancy hotels will be like, we offer service.
We offer service, exactly.
This is a really nice hotel.
Yeah. It is. But getting back to what Tom said, definitely come find us as soon as it happens, rather than stewing about it or, putting it up after the fact. The sooner we know about it, the quicker we can try and resolve it for you.
Yeah.
I think the only one other thing I would want to say is with the wait list, if you do have anybody that's wanting to come or you haven't got your hotel room reservation, reach out to me, either Camilla at dicetower.com or DTE at dicetower.com. We do still have people specifically with hotel room reservations at the Carib looking to transfer those. So I won't be taking new people onto either list, offering tickets or looking for tickets after today, but so definitely reach out to me soon on that because we do have some available that specifically have a hotel room package attached.
Yes, Ken actually has a good thing here. I should mention this. The hall will be cool. Florida is hot. They have to AC these buildings or the buildings will get hot because one year at Dice Tower Con, the AC went out.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
It went out on Saturday night. And for like an hour or two, everything was fine. Then people left. I came in Sunday morning. I was like, but they got it back on.
That's good.
But here's the thing: they run it cold. Bring a jacket.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you. We're not, and we can't, and won't, even if we could. But we can't change the temperatures.
No,
so
we can't.
Keep that
Actually,
in mind.
the temperature, the thermostats are computer controlled. So and it's in another part of the building that I don't even know where it is.
Play in the big open game area because that will be most people. It'll be the warmest spot.
Exactly, it will be the warmest spot. But definitely, come prepared for that, and I would suggest dressing in layers. But we will try it. If I notice several people are sitting there shivering, then I'll definitely say something to the hotel and try to do what I can for you. But we are very limited in that because they have to keep it at a certain temperature to maintain things. So
better cold than hot, right?
Better cold than hot.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, along those lines, what type of things would you recommend people bringing? Bring a thing for water.
Yeah, bring water.
Hydration. If you don't drink, you will be. You'll regret it in Florida. I think you should drink a lot if possible.
And I think hotels tend to be drier on as a whole. So I know that when I'm at a hotel, I definitely notice that I need to drink more water. So definitely have a container for water.
And let's see, other things to bring. Anything you need to keep yourself.
Yeah. I mean, if you need just a
good
snack
shoes
during the middle of the day, yes, good shoes. Like if you need to have a snack in the middle of the day.
Yeah, because you don't know if it's going to go over, that kind of stuff. Definitely have a little snacks on you.
Yeah.
To that end, please, when you come, both eat. Don't be like, I can skip lots of meals. No, you need to eat.
You need to eat.
Don't skip your sleep.
Yes.
You need lots of sleep. Definitely don't skip your showers. That's
the 6-2-1 rule. 6-2-1 rule.
I so disagree with the 6-2-1 rule. It should be the 7-3-1 rule.
That's my rule.
Possibly 7-3-2.
That is my personal rule.
Here's the thing. You say, I don't need sleep. I get it. You might not need that much sleep, but you are definitely crabbier to be around at a con.
Yeah.
We need you to have sleep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we have had things in the past where people didn't sleep at all. Or they stayed up the whole night and they're messing up games. When I come in early in the morning, by the way, the question that gets us, how do you play with Tom Vassell? Come in at 6 in the morning. But sometimes I come at 6 in the morning and the people who are still up want to play games with me. I'm just going to say no. Because you've been up for almost 24 hours. I don't want to play a game with you. You're kind of cranky and irritable. Also, watch our 30-hour marathon next week. Where we actually do sleep. There was one other question I saw. Oh, the program book. Is any of that available online? Will any of it be available online?
Well, some of it we've posted about. We've already posted the schedule. We'll post the information about the restaurants, I think, and all. So that part's online. I don't know what else we're gonna.
Each week we'll put something out. Like I said, the last week I'll talk about the hot games room because. Again, we're kind of still working on it there.
Right.
You can see the library now. It's always changing, but that's on Tabletop Events. You can see what the library is. You can see what games are there. I'm very proud of this library. It's just
it is awesome.
It's a great library.
It is awesome. Every time I walk in here, it's like, oh.
Alrighty, well that's that.
Okay.
If you have any other questions, of course, you can email us, ask us. The Facebook group is a great place for that information. We'll see you guys in a month. Less than a month.
Yes, I know. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
All right. Anyway, until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
I'm Sharon Madden.
The director of Dice Diaries, and also thank you for coming. Okay.